Hello guys, this is Dr. Possibility from Excel Academy. Kindly make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you register with Excel Academy. In this tutorial, I'm just going to explain my part 10 of system histology. So please make sure that you watch my part 1 to 9. Let's quickly look at some few questions. Name the slide. So if you look at this slide is simply the spleen. As you can see, the presence of the red pulp, which has been projected at high magnification, and the white pulp, which you can see the dark parts. Now, label the parts marked by numbers. 1 is just simply the splenic cord having the macrophages and also the lymphocytes. Then 2 is just the red pulp as a whole. And then 3 are just some arterioles which are part of the blood vessels. Let's quickly move on and look at the next slide. Name the slide. So this slide, you can see some cells such as the keratinocyte. You can look at the melanocyte and also the presence of melanin and also the basal cells. So if you look at this slide is just that of the skin. As you can see on top there is the epidermal layer, which is having some simple stratified squamous epithelium. So this slide is just the slide of the skin. Label the parts marked by letters, and then the parts marked by letters. A is just the keratinocyte, which is producing the keratin, and then B is just the melanin, which has been produced by the melanocyte, and then C is just the basal cells, and D is just the melanocyte. The next question is label the part marked A and B. So A is just the false vocal cord due to the presence of the ceremucal glands, which have been shown by the red arrow. And then B is just the true vocal cord. State the name and the function of the part shown by the red arrow. So the red arrow is just pointing at the ceremucinous glands. So the ceremucinous glands, they play a role in the moisturizing and of the olfactory region, and it also helps in terms of this region to be able to detect some smell. Okay, the next question is label the part marked A and B. So if you look at A is simply the venules of swell bodies, and then B is just the hyaline cartilage. State the name and function of the part marked C. So C is just the turbinate bones, and the function is just to warm and humidify inspired air and regulate nasal air flow. Okay, the next slide is name the slide. So this slide is just the testes, and then if you look at this slide, we have been asked to label the parts marked by letters. So the part marked by letters are 1, it is the epididymis, then 2, it is the mediastinum with the rete testis, and then C is the lobular testis, and D is just the tunica alpacini. Let's quickly move on and look at the next slide. Label the part marked A and B. So A, it is just an epithelium without the complex cells, and this epithelium is just the olfactory epithelium. Then B is just the bone, and then C is just the Bowman's glands. So C is just the Bowman glands, and their function is just to produce the fluid that help the cells to detect the smell. So the Bowman's glands are the important glands that are found in the nasal region. Okay, the next slide is label the parts marked A and B. So we are still talking about the same thing. So A is just the olfactory epithelium, and then B is just the Bowman's glands, like I have already stated. Label the parts C and D. So C is just the venules, and then D is just the fila olfactoria. Okay, we are still doing our part 10 of system histology, so please make sure that you watch part 1 to part 9. Name the slide. So this slide is just showing the nasal region specifically, we are interested in the olfactory epithelium. Label the part marked by A. So the part marked by A are just the ducts of the Bowman's glands. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. This was Dr. Possibility from Excel Academy. Have a blessed day.